Welcome back, everyone. Should you be concerned if your partner flirts with others?
Well, some people think it's harmless, some people think it's cheating. Let's ask the expert. Dr. Viviana Coles from Houston Relationship Therapy is here. I really think that this depends sometimes on who you ask, right?
It absolutely depends. The problem is when it makes you feel uncomfortable, but you don't feel justified in saying, hey, I don't like the way that this feels, and so then you don't talk about it, and then it eventually erupts.
Okay, so you obviously need to talk about it. What is the best way about going about that? Because you can turn this around real quickly and make it even worse.
Well, it might be tempting to talk about it in the moment when you're seeing it happening, but if it's in public or you're being a little bit too loud about it, your partner might become even more defensive and shut down. So make sure you're choosing the right time and place.
Okay. Does it matter too, like if you see somebody, if you're with your partner and you think he's flirting or she's flirting versus not being with your partner flirting? Because to me, if the partner's going to flirt and you're with them, maybe that's harmless.
It can feel that way, but ultimately, you don't want to have so many question marks of, well, if you're doing this with me, are you also doing this when you're not?
True.
And of course, some people are just very social and very courteous, and maybe it can seem like,
that might be their personality.
That might be their personality. Yeah. But again, it goes back to, does it make you feel uncomfortable? Use an I statement, so make sure you're saying, I feel uncomfortable when I see that you're being overly flirtatious with someone else. And then, of course, they're going to say, well, what does that look like? So have an example and be ready for a specific example, and also be ready to talk through it in terms of like, well, it wasn't that it was this, it's that maybe you don't understand how a woman or a man might experience what you're saying. I just want you to know it can come across as flirtatious, so you might want to dial it back just to be safe.
Sure.
And isn't it really important to set these expectations in the beginning of a relationship? Don't be waiting and put up with it for years and then finally just bust and say, I can't do this anymore.
Exactly. Make sure you're expressing your needs and expectations, because some people might say, well, I've always been this way, and I love being that person at the bar that talks to everyone, or when we're on vacation and we're, or you've done it too, so why can't I? The point is, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, just to be mindful of it and share that with your partner.
And that's all that matters. If you're uncomfortable, then it's crossing the line. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Viviana.
And if you are loving these tips, or if you want tips that are specific to what's going on in your life, check out my YouTube channel. Just Google Dr. Viviana.
Awesome. Next, what's happening on the hardwood?
Oh, let's find out. Nate Griffin is following right.